What up, world? Live on that with Mr. Be Great today, Lamar King Sr. Glad you tapped in with me. Hope y'all had a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And we just gonna jump right on in. It's Monday. And today, I'm here to give you some words of encouragement, some motivational Monday, or whatever you want to call it, right? And we're gonna talk about being humble. And I'm a firm believer that most people use words and not really understand the etymology or the definition of the word. So let's take the word humble. And according to Webster's dictionary, humble, the adjective, first meaning is having or showing a modest or low estimate of one's own importance. Second definition, adjective, of low social, administrative, or political rank. Right? All right. And the verb form of it is lower in dignity or importance. Now, we've been taught, humble yourself, be humble, stay humble. And I think people use it as in a form that, meaning that you're, compromising, or you're being, modest, just as the definition said. So I'm here to tell you on Air with Mr. Be Great today that stop being humble. Just stop it. In the definition's terms, not in what you think it means, if that makes sense. Because being humble means you lower yourself. You humble yourself down. You bring yourself down to a lower level to fit the needs of your environment or make your environment feel comfortable. But I'm here to tell you to talk your shit. I'm here to tell you to pop your collar. I'm here to tell you to be borderline arrogant. I'm here to tell you to exude confidence in everything you do. Stop being humble. Stop dumbing yourself down to make other people feel comfortable. And that's what we do. That's what humble is. And we do it, and we use the term so freely as if it's something that's good, when it's not. Because you need to perform at your highest capabilities. You need to perform at the highest level of your peak performance that you can. And being humble is not something that's going to get you to where you want to be. It's not going to make you achieve your goals. And and that's how this society has taught us to dumb ourselves down. Hey, hold up, you're getting too high. Hold up, wait a minute, pipe down. That's all humble is, pipe down. And when you start realizing the words that you use, because there's life and death in the tongue. We know that it's in scripture everywhere. But we've been taught to humble ourselves to appease the people around us, to appease our environment. But you are here to do things at the highest level. You are here to perform tasks to the best of your ability. Now, if you're humbling yourself or being modest in situations when you know you have the capability, you know you have the skill set, but yet I'm gonna humble myself down. I'm gonna sit on my hands. I'm gonna be quiet when I should speak. It's perfectly fine to know when to say and how to say things. But being humble is not one of them. And I want you to reevaluate and unlearn that term. Unlearn that, way of thinking. Because being humble has never helped anyone. The only time humble is going to help you is around your parents. Because you want to respect them in so many ways. But in some instances, you have to tell your parents the truth. And being humble, sometimes it debunks the truth. It takes the truth out of it. It's so many times, I'm pretty sure you all have seen a post on social media and you went to typing away, and then you humbled yourself and you hit that backspace. Which I'm not here to say go have a debate and, respond to everything that's said, put out there or said on the internet. But when it comes down to your capabilities, and when it comes down to you performing on your job or performing in your business or performing in your family, performing in your life, period, stop humbling yourself. Be borderline arrogant. Be borderline arrogant, because I tell you, it's serving you no purpose. And that's why it's taking you so long to get where you want to be, because you're so conditioned to be humble. You're so conditioned to be modest. You're so conditioned to be a lower stature of who you really are. Right? And people don't want to, they don't want to, they don't want to realize that things that we've been taught is definitely, hindering us. So the word arrogant, often gets a negative connotation. And here, by definition, arrogant means having or revealing an exaggerated sense of one's own importance or abilities. Now, you're talking about yourself. Why wouldn't I exaggerate what I can do? Why wouldn't I exaggerate the importance of me to make me feel, manly in my situation or womanly in women's situation? But they taught you to be modest as a man or a woman. They taught you to be modest as a business owner or an employee. They taught you to be modest as a child or a parent. When arrogance will get you farther. Arrogance, you got to understand, your mind is like a sponge. And your subconscious mind is even more of a sponge. And if you keep telling yourself, I'm going to humble myself, oh Lord, and people are going home praying to humble me, Lord, please humble me. Put me of lower importance. You got to understand the definition of the word. And I'm here to help someone to tell you that being humble has made you take the long route to your goal. Being humble has made you not find that wife or husband. Being humble is not giving you that position or business that you want to start. Be arrogant. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being confident. There's nothing wrong with it. Because when you tell yourself that I'm humble, you're telling yourself you're of lower stature. Right? You're telling yourself of your lower stature. Like, seriously. And we have to unlearn these things. We have to unlearn the terminologies we've been taught to appease the environment that we're in. And we think we're helping ourselves. We think being humble means that we're being good. But you're actually lowering your standards. You're lowering yourself in the environment you're in to appease those around you. Be arrogant. Be arrogant. Be overly exaggerated about who you are. People, I see a thing that say, "Oh, don't fake it till you make it. Face it till you." Now fake it till you make it has nothing to do with face it. We use words and we take up these cliches and we take up these phrases as things to live by, when really they are hindering us. Your mind is so strong and so powerful. Go get the book, Be Great Today. It's on Amazon. Your mind is like a garden, like James Baldwin said. And whatever you put in it, it will grow. And it will latch on to your subconscious mind and you will believe that as fact. So factually, we believe being humble is a great thing. Oh, I'm humble. No. That's why you're taking the long route. There's nothing wrong with being confident. There's nothing wrong with exaggerating who you are. There's nothing wrong with telling yourself you're the greatest person in the world. There's nothing wrong with that. Instead of saying, well, I'm mediocre. Hold up. I don't want to step on anybody's toes. I'm not saying go out here and create debates and arguments and conversation that doesn't fit the goals you're trying to accomplish. I'm talking about goal-orientated things. I'm talking about things you're trying to reach. When you're trying to get to the next level, when you're trying to accomplish tasks that you put forth or wrote down in your journal, there's no need to be humble. There's no need. Why would you humble yourself? Why would you make yourself of lower importance? That's like slapping yourself in a fist fight. That doesn't make sense. I mean, you think about it, the best prize fighters, the world champions, the people who are out here fighting their opponent, who want to win. If you're a humble prize fighter, you're probably 0-20. But if you're like Muhammad Ali, I'm the greatest of all time. He spoke those things into existence. He wasn't humble. Muhammad Ali's been dead and gone for many years, and he still goes down as the GOAT. He still goes down in many circles, in the circle of popular opinion. Muhammad Ali goes down as one of the greatest athletes ever. Did he do that by being humble? No, he didn't. So how you think you're going to achieve and accomplish the goals that you want by making yourself of lower importance? See, we have to be careful with our words. We have to be careful with our thoughts. Because we think that humble means good, and we think that arrogant means bad. I just did a show last week with my man Telly X Boom, and we were talking about how, your mind and how the expectations of yourself, we put it on outside perception. That's why people humble themselves, because they're worried about the perception of others. That's why nobody don't want to be arrogant in what they want. And I'm not talking about a back and forth debate or dialogue you're having with a person on the internet, with your spouse, or with your employee or your employees. I'm talking about within you, the things you want to, humble me so I can be of lower importance, so I can reach my goals that are way up here. That's not going to work. You got to be arrogant, right? Even coming up in the sales industry that I've been in for the last 10 years, and we talk about a lot about setting high goals. Because if you set high goals, even if you miss the mark, you're going to be higher than you would. You got to exaggerate. Even when I would go out in the sales, I'll go out in the field. Look, I want to sell 100. I want to make 100 sales today. Now, what's the likelihood of me making 100 sales in 8 hours? It's probably not going to happen. But I probably get to 20 because I had 100 on my radar. But if I'm going to humble myself, I'm going to just do one sale. All I need is one sale today. You're probably going to get 0. So stop humbling yourself. Stop putting yourself in a box. Stop using terms and not knowing the real definition and expecting a great outcome from it. Unlearn, relearn, and apply. Everything that we've been taught has really been backwards, and we think it means good things. We think it means that we're being obedient. But I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, that being humble serves you no purpose, especially when you're talking about reaching your goals and your aspirations in life. You have to be borderline arrogant, or even be arrogant. Exaggerate yourself to the next level. Show yourself, not people. See, being arrogant has nothing to do with your environment. Being arrogant is all about yourself. Exaggerate yourself. That's the definition of overly exaggerating yourself, the importance of yourself. But when you humble, you lower the expectation of yourself. So you have to be careful with the words that you use, and you think you're getting somewhere. You're thinking you're doing yourself a good deed, but in actuality, you're tripping your own self up by using words that you don't even know the definition to. And you know the definition, but you haven't actually went and looked it up and seen what it actually means. Humble means of lower importance. Now, how does that help you? And especially when we're talking about reaching our goals, especially when we're talking about taking it to the next level, raising our family, raising our kids, being a good spouse, husband, or wife. Humble does not help you because it lowers your standards. And again, humble is all about the perception of others. The humble is all about the perception of your environment. You take a guy who's a millionaire and he goes around a bunch of hundredaires, if that's a word. In essence, guess what he's going to do? He's going to humble himself around them because he don't want to seem cocky. He don't want to seem braggadocious. Because guess what? That person who's a hundredaire, if you start talking about, hey, I make, $100,000 a month, oh man, he just a brag. Oh, I can't stand, because people want you to humble yourself to make them feel comfortable. And that's pretty much it for you guys today. Like that's the word for today. Stop being humble. Be arrogant. And that's just real talk. And that's not something you're gonna learn overnight. That's not something you're gonna learn after listening to this podcast. That takes practice. Because all these years and all your life they've been teaching you humble, pipe down, don't be braggadocious. Why not? you're not gonna make it out this life alive anyway. And the people around you, they're gonna go on with their life. They'll put your face on a shirt, come out to the wake, have a little party. But after you go on that ground, guess what? They'll remember you on your death anniversary and your birthday. But in between time, in the meantime, you're not even a thought in some cases. So why are you lowering your expectation or lowering your standards to appease the people around you? They're gonna feel some type of way about you either way it goes. And when it comes to getting your goals, who cares what other people think? But being humble makes you think about other people. Stop it. Stop being humble. Be arrogant. I love you all. You already know. Be great today. Peace.